reason is so I can show you how long it actually takes to meal prep. It doesn't take too long. Like, I hear a lot of people say, I don't have time to meal prep. Well, I'm going to try to keep this under 20 minutes. I was walking to the garbage can, and that wastes a lot of time. So, I like to keep a bag here, and I just like to throw everything in there. So, first thing we're going to do is season the ground turkey. So, I like to put chili powder in it. Obviously, for chili, we want to get that flavor. I don't measure a lot of stuff either. I do everything mostly just calculated. I've done it for so long as well. I kind of have a good idea of how I like it. So just try it out, trial and error. Onion powder so far. I like to put everything in here. Let's put some ground cumin in there, get some nice flavor. Just a little bit, not too much, because we're going to put that in the chili. Little parsley flakes. Again, not too much. We'll throw that in the mix. And a little crushed red pepper. Personally, I like a lot of heat. We'll start with that, and then I'll throw some more in the chili mix. So, let's take a look here. Can't forget salt and pepper, obviously. So I'm using pink Himalayan sea salt. It's supposed to be better for you, I think it is. But whoever marketed pink Himalayan sea salt did a good job, because you better believe I'm buying it. Got some ground pepper in there. And we can use our hands. We could use our hands, but I don't want to get them dirty right now, so I want to use this. Just mix that all together. Alright. Mix that all together. Alright. So we'll go back to the pan here. Let's put the heat up a little bit. We want to cook it at about a medium. Just want to get the pan hot. You want to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in it. You want to sear the meat really well. I heard Gordon Ramsay say it once, no color, no flavor. So you want to make sure you get a nice sear on that. Alright, let that heat up. Gonna mix this up again. Alright. You know what I'm gonna throw in there? I'm gonna throw some fresh garlic in there. If you have a garbage disposal, take advantage of that. Those things are amazing. Throw some fresh garlic in there. Alright, so I'm just gonna grab a knife here. Cut this up a little bit. There we go. Always sharpen the knife. Always keep it sharp all the time. Alright. I'm just going to chop this up. Throw that right in the meat. Alright. Chop it up a little bit. Kind of mince it. I'm just doing 2 cloves. I'm going to probably put some more in the actual chili mix. Alright. That's good enough for now. So that oil should be nice and hot by now. When we throw the meat on there, it should sizzle nicely. Let's see. There we go. Let's move that around. Yeah, it's smoking a little bit. Lower it a little bit. It's probably a little too hot, but we'll be alright. Okay, so while that cooks, you want to prep everything else. Alright, perfect. We'll leave that in there for now. Get nice color on it, we'll turn it, we'll chop it up, and we'll be alright. So that takes the longest right there. Now, the only thing I had ready before this started was the placement of this and the ingredients. So I'm just going to put this on low, and I just turned that on. I'm going to spray it as well, so nothing sticks to it. Alright, we're going to spray that up. And the next thing I like to do is chop these tomatoes up. So we'll chop it up because I think this is the second longest thing. Obviously you want to wash them. Alright. So we're going to wash these tomatoes. These are organic tomatoes on the vine. I always use about 5, 6, depending on how many come in the bag or how many I can get that week. Usually 5 is enough though. Again, I'm going to throw stuff out there. Make sure you wash them good. What are we looking at on time there? I want to keep this under 20 minutes like I promised.
I don't know. How do I find the time?
It should tell the time on top, maybe? How long I've been streaming?
Nope.
Alright, well, we'll just keep it going. So, I like my chili kind of chunky. So, we're going to keep this pretty chunky here. Alright. Like that, that's good. There we go. I like to cut this top off here, but I don't waste it. I cut right around it. And just throw away where the stem was connected. Boom, right down the middle. Turn it down. See, and that's why you want to sharpen your knife all the time. If your knife is not sharp and you're trying to do this quickly, you might as well just stop, because it's not going to happen. Alright. There we go. Oh, I messed that one up. That's what I got for talking. Chop that up. You don't want to waste any of it, alright? Get it all. And with this as well, when you put tomatoes in it, you don't have to use as much sauce. I see some recipes call for like 32 ounces of tomato sauce or puree or juice. But when you use tomatoes, over time, because we're going to cook this for 8 hours, like all these juices just come right out of the tomato, and it really gives the chili a nice flavor. So, get that out. We're almost done here. We got one left after this. And once you start cutting these ingredients up, just start throwing them in the crock pot. I mean, they're all going to get mixed together. Don't forget about your meat either. You don't want it to burn. You just want it to get a nice color. Alright. We're nice and chunky. If you don't like it as chunky, you can keep chopping the tomatoes up. Make them a little thinner, but once again, that's not how I like it. And the last one. All day I was just thinking about, I'm going to cut these tomatoes live. I really hope I just don't cut myself. So, alright, we did it. I made it without cutting myself. So, this is all low. We're going to start throwing this in here. Get all those juices in there. Don't waste any of it. Alright. Okay. There's that. I'm going to rinse this off. Put an onion on it now. I like to cut all my vegetables on a wooden board. Anytime I do meat, fish, any poultry, I like to use plastic. I read that online. I heard it's supposed to be better, and I've just been doing that for a while now, so I stuck to it. Alright, keep all these spices here because we're going to use them soon. My apron, by the way, says little things on it. I don't even know where we got this, but I'm working on some custom MealPrepTech aprons and shirts so that I wear every time I do this. Onion, alright, what's next? So with the onion, I usually only use about half an onion when I make chili, but I don't know, it just depends, I guess. Alright, so we're going to try not to cry while I do this. Right. I think I did that right. You just want to dice the onion up. This I don't want too thick, but I like onions a lot. But I still want them pretty fine. Get some flavor out of it. Alright, so onions. Let's not waste any of it. I don't like to waste food. Alright, that's good. That's pretty fine, you see? Nice and diced there. Some of it isn't as diced. I didn't put the knife all the way through, so we'll just chop that up. This one here too. Alright. Whew. Now it's done. Oh, I guess I finished right on time. My eyes are starting to water. So we'll throw this right in here. That's next. Alright, that meat should be good now. Let's take a look at it. Let's put this back. Alright. I like to cut it in sections. Let's see, let's do 3 sections here. 1, there's 2, there's 3. Let's flip that over. There it is. There we go. Perfect. Nice color. Oh, I lost some. Alright, once you flip it, I like to start chopping it up. So a lot of you guys have done recipes with ground turkey, ground chicken, ground beef, and a lot of recipes. And I don't know why they say this. Let me put this higher, because it kind of goes with my point here. It says like drain the meat. Like personally, I hate draining the meat. Like when you're draining the meat, you're getting rid of some of the fat. Yeah, I get it. But that's where all the flavor is. Don't drain the meat. I mean, if you want to be really, really, really health conscious, go ahead. But you're getting rid of a lot of flavor. That's where the flavor is at. So we're going to chop this up. When you're cooking the meat as well, don't cover it. Because what happens is when you cover it, the moisture doesn't evaporate. And that's why your meat gets so wet. And that's why a lot of recipes say drain it or strain it. But if you leave it uncovered, it'll still cook nicely. It won't be as wet. Then you don't have to strain it. So chop it up, let it keep cooking. Don't forget about it. Alright, there you go. We'll leave it there. Alright, what's next here? Let's do the beans. Let's throw the beans in the mix. So we're using Nature's Promise black beans, organic, and light kidney beans. That's what we're using for this chili. Now, depending on who you ask, you're gonna get a lot of different opinions on how much beans you should use in the chili, right? Ultimately, it's up to you. Beans are high in protein, but they're really high in carbs as well. If you are, what am I looking for? Oh, this. If you are looking to keep like a lower carb diet, you probably don't need 4 cans. 2 is probably enough. Me, personally, right now, the way I'm going to the gym and working out, I need all the carbs I can get. So I'm using 4 cans. Plus I love beans, so no such thing as too many beans for me.